Right, so we've got another DJ coming from around the Stockholm area, but this guy here, right, he's got a little bit more than just Stockholm. He's been about the place, should we say, yeah? He goes by the name of DJ Autograph. Welcome to the West Side, my man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, like, just face the camera, man, and tell everybody what you're about.
Short version of the story, born in Kingston, Jamaica, lived there till I was 18, moved to the States for school, now in Sweden for 4 years. So.
All right. And you're based in Stockholm area now,
yes.
yeah? Kingston, man. Wicked, man. You know, I see you're one of my family here, man. You know, Portland. I'm a Portland boy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. That's my family. That's where my family at. But listen, it's not about me. It's about you, right? All right. So let's take you back, man. Yeah, you've been DJing for a while, yeah?
Yeah, I started when I was 13. Been doing it for 26 years, so you can do the math.
All right. So when did it all start, man? What made you decide? Oh, DJing.
I went to a party once. I'd been listening to the radio, and like one of my inspirations, I always wondered like how he mixed the records the way he did, how he scratched when he did. Went to a party one day with one of my friends, and I was asking the DJ questions, and he was rude. I was like, you know what? Yo, we can do this. Let's go out the next day and like buy some records. And so we did. And we started buying 45s.
So it started from that, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, but your love for music obviously started a long time before that, yeah? What kind of music were you into before DJing?
Well, being from Kingston, Jamaica, dancehall, reggae, but I have a lot of relatives in the States as well, so going back and forth, I was exposed to hip hop and funk, and a lot of people don't realize Jamaicans listen to a wide variety of music.
Exactly, man.
So like Jamaicans love country, for example.
Yeah, country. Yeah, I was going to say that, man. Country, man.
Exactly.
Jim Reeves and all that kind of stuff, man. Yeah, my mum had all that shit in her house, man. So yeah, we know. But like, but let me say, then when you started DJing, though, yeah, was it in Jamaica, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So what kind of equipment were you using back then, though, man?
We saved up to buy a sound system. So my first decks were a realistic mixer, one Technics 1210, and some kind of what was it? Gemini.
Yeah.
Something. So the realistic with the up faders and no crossfader.
It's crazy. Gemini were doing the shit back then, weren't they?
Yep.
You know, they were there, man. Yeah. All right. So then you were spinning tunes there, though, yeah. But when did you like start thinking, yeah, this is something serious for me, then, man? The DJing thing. This is something I could do, man, on a long-term basis. When did you start thinking like that?
When I moved to the States and I started doing college parties, I had a monopoly. So it was me and another DJ on campus. So we made bank, and this was before Serato or digital stuff. Yeah. So it was records and it wasn't as accessible. So I was able to.
So you had the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Clean up.
Back in the day, that's what DJing was all about. You know what I mean? It was about the DJ and the guy who had all the stuff. Yeah. So then, you were using techniques, I'm guessing, in them days as well when you were out there on the campuses and that.
Yeah. I started with the 1200s. Yeah. I used to do the reggae sets for a guy, the other DJ on campus when I first got there.
Yeah.
And then he'd pay me, and I saved up, and I got my first set of 12s.
All right.
Like maybe 6 or 7 months after being there.
So like when you were doing them gigs then, yeah, I mean, what kind of music were you doing? You were obviously playing the reggae, but were you mixing it up with any kind of other...
Reggae, dancehall, hip hop, pop stuff. I had to get because I went to a school that was in the middle of Pennsylvania.
All right.
So people came from all over. I had to get exposed to a lot of rock music as well. I had to play.
So you were testing the limits, man.
Yeah, very much.
Throwing it all up, man. But you've done radio and stuff like that as well, though, yeah?
Yeah. I've done radio.
Talk to me about that, man.
A friend of mine, Max Glazer from Federation Sound, and I used to have a show on East Village Radio, which used to be like a little storefront thing in the East Village. And we did that for 4 years, I want to say. So, yeah.
So you made a name for yourself out there as well then, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So, and then Sweden, what happened, man? How did you arrive here, man?
The funny thing about that is I started coming over in maybe 2011, 2012. I had met DJ Shurkan from Safari Sound.
Yeah.
Then when we was in New York he had just gotten married.
Yeah.
And we formed a bond. So when I first came over here, I started working with them and started doing gigs with them. And like some of my best gigs, my memory, were actually here in Sweden.
Okay, nice. And the music, your music choice then, where did you?
It was there. Safari, which I'm now a part of, is known as a dancehall reggae outfit, even though I do more.
All right, okay. Yeah. But you know, I've heard some of your stuff, man, and you play a lot of some old soul stuff and all this sort of nice grooves, man, and that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you know, you don't stick to just one genre?
No, I love music.
Right.
I'm.
So people
wherever the wind takes me, kind of.
So people know you for that as well, then, yeah.
Yeah.
So they never really know what to expect, but they know to expect something good in different areas. Yeah,
exactly.
All right. So like on a typical day now, then what do you use, man? What's your weapon of choices now when you go out and play?
Well, when I'm in the studio, I use the Rain 12s and the 72. When we're out, depending on if I'm DJing with somebody else, like if I'm DJing with Easy Buckets or 01, we use turntables and an S9 or a 900 or CDJs. I'm versatile. I can play.
But let's talk a little bit about that Rain 72, man. How are you getting on with that, man?
I actually love it.
Yeah.
I love the 12s. Like it's the closest thing to a turntable without actually having to deal with the needles and stuff.
But you had the Rain 62, yeah, before, yeah? Is that correct?
Yeah, I've been using Rain for years. In 2000, I started with the 56.
All right.
I had two 57s, a 62, and no.
But if you're going to put the 62 up against the 72, you know, is there similarities there with the two, or?
They're kind of different things completely.
All right. But same kind of, you're comfortable with all?
Comfortable, like I've always been a fan of like Rain faders.
All right, then.
Even though other people, but I've been using them so long.
All right. All right, then. So let's go to the 3 questions now, then. Yeah. All right. It starts off this way: first, worst, and best. Yeah. First real gig when you're out there. There's a crowd of people, like, you know, not just like your friends, but people you don't know. You're performing. You're getting paid. Yeah.
High school gig in Kingston, Jamaica, when I was 15.
Right.
And incidentally, my girlfriend lived behind the venue. I hopped over, came back, and my records got stolen. But yeah, that's the first one.
All right, that could be the worst one as well. Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Yeah, let's go to the worst one, man.
Worst one. When I was in Australia, we did a gig in Brisbane, and I got there. I sent them my tech rider. I got there, and it was some busted CDJs. They weren't even CDJs. I don't even know what they were. I had to DJ 4 hours in internal mode, and halfway into the party, cops came in and broke it up too.
That could have been a good thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I got to finish early.
All right. So, like, if you think about one of the best ones you've had, it doesn't have to be the best, but just one of them ones that stick out there.
Oof. Maybe my last gig in New York. It's a tie between one I had in Sweden and my last gig in Europe, but I'd say the one in New York.
All right.
It was really dope because I got to play across the spectrum, and it was awesome. Like,
I mean, where was that? What kind of gig? How many people?
It was Casablanca in Bed-Stuy.
All right. How many
in
people?
Brooklyn. Maybe 500.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
And it was a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Like since it was my last gig, I had friends coming from different parts of the city.
All right. Nice. All right. And so today, right, we got the decks and we got a S9 set up there today. Yeah. But I think we can change that out if you want to use something else. But what can we expect? What can we expect for you today?
Oof. I was challenged to do tell my story in 40 minutes, so I had to cram a lot of tracks in 40 minutes. So expect the unexpected.
You're taking it around the world, then, yeah?
Yeah, it's gonna be dub plates. It's gonna be remixes. It's gonna be a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of everything.
Sounds nice, man.
Yeah.
All right, Autograph. Thanks for coming down, man. All right, I look forward to hearing your set now, man. And yeah, all right, cheers, man.